Hello, everybody. I'm Christine Schiavone, and our show is Spiritual Exploration. We are going into a full moon. This is the 21st of June right now, and we're having a full moon. So I'm here with my most welcome guest, Stephen Popiotek. And he is going to do a guided meditation for the full moon, right?
Correct. It'll be a little more than just a guided meditation, but that's a simple way to describe it. I'll explain a little bit more about that process. But yeah, it's always nice to see Christine and be back on our show again.
Oh, it's always nice to have you.
And this was definitely not planned in the sense of the way it normally is, because I didn't realize that when we first planned the show, I didn't realize it was the full moon today, and so it was perfect timing.
That's right.
Yeah, because yesterday was the summer solstice, and I have I usually do a separate group during full moon and separate group during the solstices, but because they were so close together, I decided to kind of do one bigger one last night and at Cleopatra's Needle in Central Park,
yes,
the obelisk, and I also do it from Zoom there. But then because it's the very next day, today is the full moon in Capricorn, I said let's switch it up a bit. Instead of talking, let's actually do a more experiential channeling process, working with the angels and doing the guided meditation, so people in the audience who are viewing it can experience more of that, as opposed to always.
Speaking of the obelisk, tell everybody, where is this obelisk?
Oh,
it's in Central Park.
Oh,
right?
yes, it's right behind the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Really?
Yeah, so on 79th and 5th Avenue, you would walk
and you
behind
can go
there.
Visit it.
Oh yeah, because it's separate from
right
the
out in the
museum.
open.
Exactly, it's got a nice circle of benches and an octagonal kind of shape platform
Yes.
in the ground around it.
Yes.
And I've been doing group channeling work there, group meditations, group grid work there. I mean, since the early 2000s. I mean,
That's
so it's been a long time.
Yes. Did you hear the story a while ago about an obelisk that had been lost and was found in the ocean?
No.
It was in a container, and somehow or other it got away from the people that were bringing it from one place to another, and it was like lost. And this man came along on his ship and saw it and said, well, yeah, you find something out in the ocean, it's yours.
Oh, yes.
So he dragged it back in, and they saw it was the obelisk, and the people that owned it were thrilled, of course. I don't really remember all the details about who owned it.
Sure.
But the guy found it in the ocean.
Wow.
And it was on its way to be placed somewhere.
Interesting. Well, there's actually a funny parallel with that in the obelisk over here in Central Park, which is this one in Central Park is only one of two in the world that marked the entrance to the city of the sun of Heliopolis in Egypt. So it's a very special solar charge kind of structure there. And the thing is that when they were first transporting it here in late 1800s, it actually fell into the Hudson River first, so they had to retrieve it from the water.
That's
but at least they didn't lose it. They obviously fell off.
They knew where it was.
But it got more like a baptism in the local waters,
Well, good.
which was needed, to connect to it,
yes.
obviously.
That was good. I have to visit there someday.
Oh God, yes, definitely.
Yes, I'd love to see it up close and personal.
Yeah, definitely, very powerful. So what we'll do today, there'll be different music playing playing in the background because of copyright reasons. We can't play my normal playlist. We're going to be playing some other softer music, meditative music. In the beginning, I'll call in the archangels from each direction.
Okay.
4 directions plus above and below.
There's 4, but there are many more archangels besides them.
Oh, sure. And many angels. I wouldn't call every angel obviously is not an archangel, but the primary 6 ones in the Tree of Life, which we've done shows many years ago, Christine, about that. We go more detail about the archangels and the angels and the planetary representations.
I believe.
Yeah. So, but in the beginning, basically, I call on the ones from the 4 directions plus above and below. And then
what's above and below?
Oh, with Metatron above, Archangel Metatron above, and Archangel Sindalphon below.
Oh, I never heard of those.
Yeah, they're like the top and bottom points of the Tree of Life and
the
Kabbalah.
other ones are Michael.
Oh, it'll be Raphael in the east, Michael in the south, Gabriel west, Uriel north, and so I usually start from the east and go clockwise with calling them in.
Are all the archangels as powerful as each other?
It's like different rays of expression of the divine creator energy. So it's like well, is yellow more powerful than blue, or orange more powerful than red? You know, they all have their own vibratory plane that they exist in,
and their own job, their own thing that they take care of.
Exactly, their own exactly. They're heralds and expression of that ray of divinity. Which is representational of the true rainbow, you know, of creation, in that sense, string theory gets a little deeper, and like they do have a quantum manifestation, you know, that's kind of a longer story to go into, but but the point is, especially now during any group work I do or individual work, I always invoke the archangels first to call them in. Then so from that point. There'll be certain themes that'll be relevant that'll come in that have to do with the actual Capricorn energy itself, obviously. So whenever I'm doing this work, there's it gets a little more complicated when we're doing the outdoor work or the traditional work. There's usually more specific assignments where I'm given messages to focus on specific themes ahead of time, where we may need to work on dismantling a negative geometry or negative grid that's being put around the earth by certain darker groups, and so that used. So for the past year and a half, that's even all the so-called public circles I do. We've had to do that first, and then kind of like we're like the guardians at the gate. We need to open the door to Gaia's castle to call in to allow the higher light troops to come in, so that they can intervene and assist us more directly in taking care of business.
So you have to dispel the negative energies.
So like same way, because the same way that the negative groups invoke the dark forces, we need, obviously as a light worker, need to invoke the positive ones.
And the light is always stronger. And always wins.
Well, long-term wise, yeah. Short-term wise, I would say no. Definitely not. Yeah. Obviously, look at the state of affairs going on here. They've been kind of used to winning, unfortunately, a lot of places. But yeah, we're definitely turning the tide on different energetic levels for sure. So as part of that, I'll also be calling in, for example, Archangel Safkiel, who's the Archangel of Saturn in the Tree of Life, which represents the Divine Mother energy and manifestation power. And Saturn is the planet that governs Capricorn, the sign of the full moon today.
Okay.
And because it's also so close to the summer solstice, there is that solar energy that'll probably still be present too, as well. And then I also use a phrase when I'm calling on some more of the galactic positive beings, which we've talked about in previous shows with Christine here, that there's a phrase we call the star heart, which has to do with the evolution of the heart chakra. And it can also appear as like a diamond of light around the body, around the auric field, where each triangular facet can create a space for higher love and light energy to come in through the center points of each triangle facet of the diamond into your heart chakra. Think of like the shafts in the Great Pyramid, where that's in certain light and it's lined up to certain constellations. So a similar idea, it's giving us a chance to remind us that we should open up, that we're learning to discover and open up to new sources of divine love that are coming to us from our star nations, from our galactic allies. So
meaning aliens?
Yes. Well, the higher dimensional beings that are also some in physical bodies, some are in higher light bodies. It depends what level they're coming from. But regardless, they're all transmitting, and a lot of them are here and wanting to help the Earth evolve. And we've done few shows on that before. Also for other viewers, I would suggest watching some of the previous shows to get more details on that.
Well, go to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll find all the shows with Stephen on YouTube.
Exactly. Also, and on a Christine station as well. Yeah, I'm
You have a Christine station?
No. You on your on Spiritual Exploration Station with Christine. I'm saying that's cute. Yeah, usually I try to link them up. I have to link up a few more on my playlist on my channel. I try to make a link to everyone's shows that are interviewing me. So, but also it's not just and there's nothing premeditated with this work. So it's that's why I say it's more of a channel. It's more like a telepathic communion I go into with my higher self and with the guides. So I kind of feel out the energy. Of course, I'm not used to doing it inside of a studio area. I'm usually doing it more outside or more if indoors.
Well, sure.
And we're even indoors too. But I usually have a lot of things set up with different crystal altars and artifacts and statues that create also an enhancement of the space. So it'll be interesting to see, But it feels right to do it here today.
Good.
And
I'm
just
glad.
yeah, exactly.
This is where we are.
I mean, we definitely did the bigger, heavier lifting last night with the group, and so I also record those, and I only upload some of them on YouTube because of certain sensitive nature of them, but I also make them available as an audio file for people who want to listen to them in the future. I upload them to Dropbox, and I can provide links for people if they want to hear them as well, because there's always a lot of good information and energy codings that come in with it. A lot of surprises from positive beings that will come in that I don't know until we're in it, and they show up, and we're like, hey, they want to assist us. So there'll be different visualizations that'll help kind of reflect that theme, and Capricorn also has a lot to do with crystal formations and earth. It's an earth element. It's grounding. It's manifesting. Right. It's creating structure for our intention. So I'm sure there'll be some different crystal visualization aspects that'll come in as well to help us kind of expand. But we're gonna just jump into it and see what happens with this.
Let's do it. I am very eager to do this. I like meditation. When I was taking Reiki classes, that's 24 years ago, right around 2000. I was taking Reiki classes to learn how to be a Reiki practitioner and eventually a Reiki master. And when we were doing that, we did a lot of guided meditations.
Nice.
And they would present to us, there's a bunch of clouds. Get in the cloud and go floating up to the sky.
Yes, yeah.
Let us know what you're looking down on.
That's so funny. That's so good. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's a little bit like when you're getting, when you're opening up to work with the angels and higher galactic beings and earth elemental beings, it's creating a space within your own being, within your own inner temple, to welcome those presences so that they can help us evolve and appreciate that we're all connected on this more higher refined frequency. So
that's for sure. People don't realize that we
that's it. Well, because it's like the difference between working on your own computer versus working on your computer when you have the Wi-Fi on, you're tuned into the internet. It's those files are not stored in your computer; they're stored in the cloud, right? So it's a simple idea. So that's part of the process of transitioning from saying, well, we're not just meditating on our own field; we're also creating an access point to invite other beings that are on that kind of telepathic internet that exists on the inner plane, so that they can come to us as well, and we can be expanded into a common chat room, so to speak, and be able to create together and work with certain thought forms that are not just something that we're saying or thinking of, but they're being transmitted to us to also help us create a certain space in which that union can occur more intimately, more beautifully, more lovingly. So that's. So we'll get started here in that one.
Okay, so now at this point, we're about to do the meditation.
Yes.
And so anyone who wants to participate and join us, sit, relax in a comfortable chair, close your eyes, and just listen.
Yes, and just being open to receive, is the idea here. And also, as I call the archangels in, any viewer, I would recommend you do the same thing. As I call them in, it's more potent. If the person viewing it does the same thing, they don't have to do it.
In their mind?
They can say it out loud, like I'm going to do it, or they can say it internally. Depends on who they're living with, who's around them, on their comfort zone. Yeah. I mean, even and it'll be even more powerful if people. If they want to if they have a candle to light, for example, I always use candles and incense whenever I'm doing the work, because having a representation of the elements is very powerful. It amplifies a lot of it's like shining a spotlight to the universe. Hey, this is my intention, my declaration. So for me, having fire and candles is a much quicker way to work with the angels and higher beings than if I didn't normally.
Do they respond better?
Oh, they definitely respond quicker because you're also it's because you're working with more of the magical idea of honoring the 4 elements and the 5 elements that exist here. So having incense for the air element and candles for the fire and the light aspect, or having crystals for the earth element. Having some people put the cups of water. That I'll oftentimes will use a cup with like salt water, which I'll use that as a little venue to throw the negative energy into that I want to release. But having the different representations of the elements will just only help to magnify your experience, because you're creating a space for the higher beings to also anchor that through that resonance of the element. So,
what can our audience expect now? You're about to give us a guided meditation.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be more. It's not just because the only thing that I repeat whenever I do it is the first few minutes when I call the angels in. After that, it's all incoming, so there's nothing scripted about. That's why for me, it's not. We're saying guided meditation to make it simple, but it's much more than that. It's more of an attunement. It's more of a channeling where I receive communication as I go into the altered state with angels and guides that are coming in, and then as we reinforce that, it's kind of like it's like a story is painted for us that we're also creating together with our guides and angels.
Will we be able to feel this energy?
Well, that is hopefully the point, right? I mean, whenever I'm doing it with a group, everybody gets zapped pretty strong. So, but again, because of the different setting, I'm not sure the level of amplitude we're dealing with today, but we do our best to create space for people. That's why I also suggest that people are making a little bit more of a stage in their own home to experience it, and may amplify the process for them, make it more of this. In terms of like lighting a candle, having incense or sage or something that, being in a more quiet space with that, it helps to, it also shows your intention is more serious to the angels and guides.
Because you're going out of your way to do something. Yeah,
you're making it's put the process of like holy ritual, holy ceremony is involved in it. So it's not, that's why I think all religions have their version of ceremony, right? Every spiritual aspect of religions do different things methodically, to be able to open up to the prayers and the aspects. So it's a combination, right? It's a meditation, it's a prayer, it's an invocation, it's a welcoming, it's a receiving. So those things are all kind of blended together, and it becomes it'll make sense when we're in it.
Okay. Oh well.
Yeah, and there's always different themes that come in. So we'll see what how the flow goes here. And there's usually like one part personal healing and one part collective healing that also goes on, in terms of us focusing on the earth and things like that.
While we're doing this meditation, people could find that they're being healed?
Well, it depends. I'm making any claims, but the point is that you're opening up to try to receive more love and healing to begin with. That's the point of it. And then we're also being of service, usually, where we're also focusing on the earth or very specific locations that maybe need more light and love to be sent to them. So it creates more of a stewardship idea between our own responsibility of realizing we're not just impacting ourselves, but we can also impact the collective more strongly.
With magnified healing, you send out energy to the earth, to Mother Earth, to the platelets, to make sure that things are calm.
Yeah, and we were doing a lot of work recently. Like I said, we also do public circles, and I do smaller circles that are more specific oriented purposes, and we had a recent one where we had to work with Earth Father Geb, in Egyptian is his name, and Gaia is like the traditional female name of Mother Earth, but Earth Father's Geb. We actually did a previous Egyptian show with me and Christine before too. You can find more details on some of the Egyptian aspects in one of our previous episodes.
I think I was an Egyptian in a past life, I do.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of us are these. Speaking of releasing, when I'm doing the work, there'll be usually sounds coming through, or my body processes the energy as well. So if we get during regular stuff, I'm like coughing, sneezing, gagging, because I'm feeling what's going on at different places. And again, this is a shortened version of what I normally do, because the normal ones are at least an hour and a half, a bunch of times longer than that, as we go deeper into spirit and different assignments that were shown. It really gets pretty wild in some of them. So anyway, so just that as a little point of reference. Yeah, and just be in a comfortable position as long as you don't fall asleep.
If I do, you can just poke me and wake me up.
Yeah, there you go. I was speaking more about the viewer, but yeah, that's true for Christine too.
When I was working in the city many years ago, I would get on the ferry boat downstairs, and I would sit. There would be the very first seat on the boat, and I would lean up against the wall, and I would fall asleep. And one day I wasn't waking up, and some guy came by with a newspaper and whacked me.
It's pretty funny.
Woke me up.
And speaking about the grounded practical side of Capricorn, it's your stuff. That is your stuff. The universe does that sometimes. All right, let me start the music here.
And we have some background music going on to relax us, put us in the mood.
Yeah, and if people want to prefer some of their own music, they can always do that as long as it's more conducive to receptivity and.
Yeah, as long as you're not dancing around with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So some people during certain parts of my music, we have different intense chants, and you may have that desire to move around to kind of let the energy come through you more. That's always fine too. But yeah, but the basic part, you're not going to be in club music.
Exactly.
It's so funny. All right. So I would just suggest everyone take a couple deep breaths. Kind of center themselves first. I forgot to ask a basic important question here. Do you know which way is east in here? Where the directions of your phone are?
Probably behind us.
That way is east? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, just confirming.
Sure?
Yeah, that's okay. I feel it too.
I personally have no sense of direction.
It's all right. They'll get it straight for us.
They say you're not born with it. You're born with it. You don't develop it.
We call upon our higher selves to be with us. Welcome Mother, Father, God, one infinite creator. We welcome our spirit guides and guardian angels to be with us. We welcome our power animals and enlightened, loving ancestor relations. Welcome Archangel Raphael to be with us in the east. Beloved Archangel Raphael. Yud-Heh Shin-Vav-He, which is a higher name of Yeshua, or true Christ energy. Something I sometimes add to it. Archangel Raphael to bless our air element, mental bodies. And the Benai Elohim, angels of Raphael, to help give us and grant us more peace of mind, comfort, security, sovereignty, peace, ease. To help our bodies, mind, and hearts more gracefully expand into these new energies that are coming in during this full moon in Capricorn and the post echoes of the summer solstice. To help us make more room for that which we wish to invite in our lives and show the exit for that which we wish to depart from our lives. And the angels to be our divine moving teams here. Feng Shui, our directions, our inner temple, inner parts of our psyche, so that we don't get in our own way and make some more room for the good energies to reside within us more permanently, steadfastly, stabilized manner. So it's like the background of the full moon in Capricorn to assist, or I should say that the angelic energy with the background of the full moon can also qualify the energies. We welcome Archangel Michael to be with us in the south, and beloved Archangel Michael to bless our fire element. The angels of Michael, Malachim, the angelic sun kings, angelic kings of Michael's kingdom, Michael's realm. solar angels of Michael, Malachim, Mikael, Shemesh, which is the name of the sun in Hebrew, Shemesh, Mikael. And so these solar infinity angels to also bless our space, like solar golden angels to come in and image their mind to kind of fly around us to build a beautiful vortex, golden white solar light, like a solar vacuum cleaner cleanse to help blast in our space and clean out any discordant energies, and polish and cleanse our inner and outer environment to be able to reflect more of our true nature, more of our true grandeur with the solstice energy to help each of us expand and open our heart chakras more so we can feel more divine love, both for ourselves and for others, and the planet, and the universe. To give ourselves more of a permission slip to receive more divine love in our lives from others, as well as from higher beings of love and light origin, from the Earth Mother, Earth Father, from our galactic love light families. Might have a space to be more welcomed in our own personal stage of life and help us remove any strife and help awaken that inner sun within our own heart chakras, that spiritual sun, that chi energy, sphere of light that becomes more activated when we realize the external sun is also reflected internally in our spiritual heart chakras, to help remind us we're an extension of divine love and light that we seek. And Archangel Gabriel to be with us in the west. Beloved Archangel Gabriel, Yirhei Shin Vavim. Shaddai El-Chai, Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. Beloved Archangel of the water element, lunar energies of the moon, which are especially pertinent today. Extra support from Archangel Gabriel and his angels, the cherubs, the cherubim angels, to help soothe and caress our emotional bodies, to help us cleanse our inner mirrors in which we perceive ourselves and our inner and outer reality might receive more clarity, healing. More of a violet purple energy mixed with some orange, yellow light, cherubim angels. And the moon also in the tree of life governs the sacral, the second chakra area, and the womb chakra, which is both not only in females but also in men as a spiritual womb chakra for our inner female. Yes, these angels to also bless and soothe our inner womb chakra, inner sexual creative centers. Depths of our subconscious might receive more healing, crystallized love light energy, with the angels of Gabriel acting as a kind of healthy filter and lens for the full moon and Capricorn energies to flow, churn, ebb and flow within us and around our personal spaces. So welcome Hawk Clan and Eagle Clan. Like imagine like beautiful bird energies coming in and they're flapping their wings to move some of the waters that we're in, as if we're like sitting in a beautiful, calm body of water. And the bird energies are coming in to flap and add some more of the link between the air blowing into the water to create gentle ripples, to remind us we're not alone, to remind us that no part of ourself is alone from any other part of ourselves. Even though we delineate these kingdoms, we're part of a continuum. We're part of a whole, like the weather and the movement of moisture in the planet, and the moves from one kingdom to the other, one phase to the other, so that we don't overly segment ourselves with any lower part of Capricorn or earth element that sometimes overly delineates or overly divides or compartmentalizes. We can have healthy compartmentalization, healthy delineation, like being in a pool, right? The pool delineates you from the rest of the ground, so you can actually have a pool and have the water there, or a cup, so you don't spill your water. Having a vessel, so you can be able to hold and anchor and experience this reality, this realm, with more health, flexibility, creativity, positive vulnerability, so you don't overly create dams or blockages to this water, to this divine flow. It's like Capricorn energy also wants us to upgrade our vehicle so we can experience this medium of reality and creation with more scintillation, more pixelation, more heartfelt vibration, more long-lasting light energy may be with us from divine realms, like a crystal that we might vibrate and tune in more to these unseen, love-filled realities, and not just be stuck in an old station of old habits, old outdated patterns that we wish to transcend, heal, move beyond. It's like moving from an old TV set that had only 9 or 10 little stations on it from the old days and going to beautiful limitless stations, or at least magnifying it into like a holographic love light realm.
Stations and nothing's on.
Exactly. But this is also another issue, right? You want to have healthy content to fill the greater bandwidth, so we're not just stuck in a hollow, junk-filled space, but a vibrant, healthy content, love-filled space of true diversity and options that are present that help us expand our point of view and not limit us to the same old narrative. Yeah, it's true. It's a good example where abundance doesn't always equate to wisdom or diversity, right? It can also be a lot of the same old stuff that we need to kind of transcend. Welcome, Archangel Uriel in the north to be with us. Beloved Archangel Uriel to bless our earth element, foundation of our bodies, physicality, stability, centeredness. To give love a chance to vibrate into each of your elements, to ask these angels to help you to remind each part of your body, each elemental layer of your body, mind, heart, spirit, that it is loved, it is seen, it is understood, it is accepted, it is honored, it is whole. To welcome any individual parts of yourself that felt separate or overly distinctive or overly stuck in its role, to kind of come back into this centered space where you're creating a healthier environment to understand your own totality, to understand how these different sections, different sectors of yourself, different aspects of your identity, of your ego, can fit together in a new harmonic relationship, like facets of a beautiful crystal, instead of just one part or two parts thinking that they're always in control and always have to be the conductor for your orchestra, but they end up competing sometimes and not honoring other parts of you that could be brought to the surface. So it's more of a round table, like if you're looking at a beautiful picture of like a diamond-shaped crystal that's glowing coming in. It's no one facet of the diamond is better than another facet of the diamond. They're all together an important piece of the same totality, of the same geometry, that octahedron, that eight-sided diamond figure. It's coming in with more white, pink, purple light. They all come together and unite around the center flame that is in the middle of that beautiful, what we want to call a star heart diamond, that expanded space that we're creating to receive more love and let all parts of ourselves know they're loved, can be loved. Like gathering around the central fire of a campfire. No, we're not jumping into the fire. we don't want to compete where the campfire is at. We're sitting in a circle honoring the common fire that warms all of us that are in the circle around it. So the same idea, this diamond of love and light, where the flame of that inner sun is shining in the center of that diamond, and where all parts, it's around our auric fields, and different parts of ourselves take residency around different parts of that diamond-shaped field. That is like your inner cocoon space, your inner temple kind of room for you to review and feel more connected beyond the previous scope of your earlier day's agenda. We can really relax and just be more present for you and within, and bear witness to that. This is like a two-way, it's a two-way TV here. It's a two-way love screen where the universe is viewing you as you're viewing the universe. It's giving permission for the good things, for the angels to view you as you're viewing them. So we don't want any negative viewership here. It's not a negative exhibition space. We want to create a beautiful shared space that's healthy and secure and sovereign. Like having a party. You're not having a party alone, right? You're inviting guests you want to be with you in the party, or like in a buffet or in a picnic. Those energies you wish to share that sacred meal with, like sacred drink and joyful stories and remembrances. It's a similar idea of expanding that concept to the angels, to the beautiful fairy realms, the elemental spirits of woodland nature, the magic of the sacred grove of Gaia's love-filled diversity can also be welcomed into our space with this earth element as we move into the angel of energy below us, Archangel Sindalphin, to be with us below, to help us open up the sacred heart halo flow to bless the roots of your body, down your feet and legs, to bless your connection to Mother, Father Earth's core, to help open up an expanded space like a circular ripple of light, like an aperture opening below us, where Mother Earth wants to show us more of her sacred inner garden, her sacred earth garden, so we can be more present with the magical vibrations coming from below, from the unseen and seen kingdoms of Gaia's mysterious manifold, from her beautiful hidden layers, like a beautiful, imagine having like a beautiful, huge flower that you can open up in sections and see all the beautiful petals, many of which were even hidden until you open it up, like a beautiful spiral bouquet of innate love potential that Gaia has created within her inner depths, within her, that is access to her inner steps. So it's like opening up to this mysterious love, magical filled space that Mother Earth is like opening up her hands, this Mother Nature energy, and showing us this beautiful, like, cornucopia symbol of abundance and diversity that she has within her nature-filled realms and within the earth. And just let yourself be, remember, like a tree, or with the roots receiving the love from below. You don't want to be cut off from that, and oftentimes living in a city or in an area with too much concrete and metal and technology, we forget about that sacred flow that's supposed to be coming from below, this dynamic enrichment of nutrients and nourishment that Mother, Father Earth wants to give us. And we've oftentimes have gotten into like a constrictive space and forgot we need to relax and breathe deeper to let in that energy. And you don't want to have a tree and squeeze its roots and then wonder why you don't get enough fruit. So it's the same thing with your own body, letting in these beautiful
That's one
roots.
way of looking at it, I guess.
Exactly. And moving your feet and just being more aware of your lower part of your body. So you're giving that all the beautiful acupuncture points in your feet and the chance to say, okay, I appreciate you. Thank you, feet, for holding me. Thank you, feet, for carrying me on my path for so long. Thank you for being a beautiful interface with light and love and electromagnetic energy, gravity energy, all the different forces of nature that can come up through our feet that we oftentimes neglect or forget.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's just giving that heart energy a space to go all the way down that green light, green, pink, white light, all the way down your body into your feet, so you can remember that you're a welcome part, I'm hearing she's saying, of Gaia's sacred heart garden. because Mother Earth is speaking through right now as I'm saying these things. And so that aspect of her really wants to remind each of you that you are loved and not forgotten. She knows each of her plants that are in her kingdom just like a good gardener would. So like Mother Nature, Spirit that governs a forest, knows every single plant, every single fruit, every single herb that is within that scope of her garden, within her caretakership realm. She's a steward. So she's saying we need to just appreciate that and understand that we're part of that too, that she wants to help us be a steward for our gardens. She wants to help us to remember and honor our connection to her sacred soils of timeless love, and be more conscientious of the seeds that we place in our life, the seeds that we wish to create in that inner garden, right, in our subconscious, as well as through our local interaction with our home and the local ground we live upon, to realize that there is that dynamic, enriched space of exchange going on, and to help undam yourself, to undam any of those blocks, constrictions that have overly constricted parts of your flow from receiving a wider range of love and options through your feet, through your lower part of your body, through the lower base of the spine, from the earth. Like a building is only as strong as its foundation, right? So if you're building a tall building and you have weak basement floor there, weak pillars, you got a problem.
That's for sure.
So
Building a fall down.
exactly. So it's reminding us that we need to, that the symbol of the tree, right? The roots go as deep as the height of the branches, and we forget that sometimes. And
That's right.
yeah, so we need
Right
to.
into the ground, just as tall as the tree is.
Yep.
That's how far down the roots go.
So it's a good reminder spiritually of like as above, so below, that oftentimes we neglect that deeper layering of our energy body as it goes into the earth. So it's creating more of that space. We're saying, okay, let's visualize more of a beautiful extension of your legs and the root of your spine. In the tree of life, those are the three pillars of light that come through you. And it's just remembering that those pillars, like the roots of a tree, go deep in the earth. So it's giving some attention now to that space below ground, where you can see a beautiful, like almost like a mirror of light for the full moon coming into view, where Gaia wants to show her reflection to you, like a beautiful divine mother nature figure that wants to come from behind you and touch the back of your heart with her hand and gaze down upon that reflection of yourself as if you're standing over like a clear, beautiful small pond or little lake, and you can see that imagery from below, so that when you're looking below, you're not alone. You're also seeing Gaia looking with you, saying, hey, I'm here too. We're both connected to this common ground, and let's bring in that love all around, so that we give Gaia a chance to also love us more deeply, intimately, fulfillingly, so that we can grow into this new ascension body, new DNA, new love-filled body, along with her, because we're co-creating together this new enriched space. Just take out another deep breath there. It's like we're rediscovering basic and important aspects of our own elements and our own house, the Capricorn, the structure of our temple, so that we can make more room for them to grow and flow and circulate and ventilate. So we're not just breathing stale air again or drinking old water, you know? It's like having that ecosystem reboot to remind us that we are plugged into a larger network of wholeness of Gaia's energy that wants to flow to us. Not just Gaia, but a much bigger part of the universe that is present with us. But we first have to honor the basic body and the basic groundedness, so that we can have room to then look up and receive the joy of what is coming in and the expansion of the beautiful limitless nature of the sky and the atmosphere and the stars that we see. But we want to make sure we're stable enough in our feet and lower part of the body, so that when we rock the house with the lightning bolt of love coming down, it has a place to ground like a lightning rod. So it's a bit of letting the room in each direction also be able to expand further out, because in these higher dimensional spaces, you can be in a small room, but you can feel like it's a huge room, because in 4D and fourth dimension, higher dimensions, the spaciousness takes on a whole new level, because the more light you also let in, that richness of light that is combining together, it reveals a whole hidden space that we have forgotten about. It helps us unpack a whole hidden level of ourselves, and like layers of an orbital spaces, layers, turns of a spiral that we gotta give a chance to open up and show what's in that turn of the spiral that might have been too compressed, that we're now giving space and room to open as we call upon Archangel Metatron above us and the angels of Metatron, the Chayot HaKodesh, which means holy living ones in Hebrew, Chayot HaKodesh, angels of Metatron, to bless our crown chakra, to bless our connection to the galactic central sun, to the cosmic sun. To help us expand our trunk of our tree and our branches, like flowers reaching up to receive sunlight, cosmic love light, to help us clean out that chimney shaft, so to speak, above us, to open up more healthy ventilation into the upper crown area. As angels of Metatron, Chayot HaKodesh, Eagle Clan, Hawk Clan, and Archangel Safkiel of Saturn to also be with us. Archangel Safkiel, Divine Mother energies in the Tree of Life, and the angels of Safkiel, the Aralim angels. Aralim, strong and mighty ones, help us to forge an expanded, beautiful image of a crystalline tower coming in, or like a expanding your own personal tower of light, your own, starting with your own chimney shaft, creating a more crystallized, clear space above you, semi-transparent, crystallized extension of your own body, of your own tree of life, of your own inner home. It's like discovering all these hidden attics and floors above you didn't know you had. I was asking the angels to help you discover this beautiful wave guide, this like a tuning fork that you're becoming to the larger frequencies from the universe of love and light, like a larger organ pipe, a larger wave guide that can vibrate with the solar wind, cosmic wind, have a space to spiral down to you, like a cosmic love-filled chimney shaft. They're saying, to realize that you're much bigger, you're much grander than you ever contemplated fully. So it's giving yourself to step into that larger, like giant aspect of yourself, as if you're you within a larger body, the same way that we have 7 auric bodies around our physical. It's giving ourselves a chance to honor this volume that our bodies fill up, that our space that we occupy has so many more layers around it that can be filled and expanded and give us access to much grander realms of creation, possibility. And it's expanding our comfort zone, so we're not just overly limiting ourselves to this finite experience or individual beingness, but become more open to this limitless possibility of true change that we all want and welcome on this planet, can have a place to really ground and integrate, to open up more of a spaciousness of communication and our, to use that example before of that party of or inviting someone to your party or picnic, it's creating more space above you, crystallized realms that are being configured that we each can have access to when we realize that it's like expanding your driveway to a whole new hidden magical backyard you didn't know you had. And so it's like expanding our crystal light shafts to be able to go higher in the sky, so to speak, higher realms that give us an ability to access those higher realms. When we realize we now have a path that is being forged, we are like a wave that can move up like the chimney smoke up through that crystal shaft onto a new plateau where we can begin to see and feel all these other beautiful presences that are waiting for us to join their party, that there's a space there for us to create and view above the clouds any old turmoil and see that we can gain a whole new bird's eye perspective and acclimatize to this new point of view and the vibration that comes with it. Just breathe a little more as we're coming towards the, we're crystallizing with our Capricorn time here. So we're
We have almost 10 minutes.
yeah, I see.
Actually, maybe 8.
Yeah, no,
Closing.
a few more first and we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah. This is creating more, we're kind of like architectural construction team here, where the beings and our allies and angels helping us to be more open to kind of co-carve and co-construct this new beautiful.
You feel that this is changing people, changing their lives for the better.
Absolutely, and it's the saying that because if you're only creating from the same space, and if you're putting energy externally in the same way without accessing a deeper reservoir, then you're not able to create a whole different level that you want to. So it's evolving the space inside you that connects to a deeper reservoir of divinity, of your rainbow beauty, of your true diversity, of your true unity within God's presence, within your relationship to your true kingdom, to your true environment.
Wow.
It's opening up more spaces in you. It's like having, well, imagine if you're like a farmer and you're overusing one well to water your crops. Meanwhile, there's 10 other wells you didn't know were there, and you kept limiting the size of your garden because you didn't realize you had all this other access and all this other land that was waiting for you to plant your seeds in. So the same idea is like it's opening up more space in you that was lying dormant. That is this idea of like the temple, like in the Bible, like, and the mansion of God has many rooms, right? It's the idea of this many rooms within the temple of, yes. So it's the same idea. So this is part of the process of co-creating with your intention and giving the universe a permission slip that you want to discover and upgrade those rooms in that mansion of divinity.
That's right, because God has one for all of us.
This is the point, and it's all evolving as the earth is evolving to ground more divine love and more healing and more radiance. But many groups and forces are trying to block humanity from doing that. So we need to really put that intention that we don't succumb to any oppression of any shadow agenda that's trying to limiting us from accessing all these different rooms, all these different harmonics of new potentiality. And so it's first giving yourself that nurturing space to open and discover and turn on the lights of divinity and the angels so they can show you these hidden rooms and this expanded kind of castle, temple, sky view. And Safkiel angels to help us to kind of stabilize that and come back down and bring some gifts. They're giving us jewels, beautiful star heart crystals from Saturn star heart emissaries, and the angels of Saturn giving us some beautiful jewels to carry back down with us it's like the Santa idea. I was like giving you that backpack of your own personal Santa Claus, bringing you gifts from the higher realms with beautiful crystals of new discovery that'll be like time release capsules of new potential for each of you, and new beautiful crystals that it can be warming for your inner child heart to look at this beautiful glowing giant jewel in your hand and realize you can look into it and see other realms and connect with other beautiful light beings that are wanting you to be open to the idea of joint discovery, that the positive extraterrestrials and galactic beings we're discovering each other in a new way. So it's creating a space where both are feeling welcome to come closer and create a more sacred sanctuary of common love from above, coming through that sacred heart dove, and Holy Spirit energy, divine love.
That's right, Holy Spirit.
Yeah, and the divine feminine light, the Shekinah. So they're giving you that knapsack of beautiful crystals and gifts, and you're giving thanks to those angels and that higher cosmic sun, love plateau, Saturn, love light realms, Abina, and you can come back down either a ladder or a stairway or a fireman's pole. Be creative. How do you want to journey up and down? It could be multiple things co-present. Go up the stairs and come back down the pole if you want, or some of you have like water slides. I'm seeing coming back down, or being carried down like a fire tornado of love and light that helps bring you down into mastery of the elements. And it's being creative and open to new possibility is a really important part of it. So we don't get stuck in the limitations of the earth element Capricorn, but let Capricorn show you a whole new diversity of what's possible when we really upgrade and allow the updates to occur in a loving manner from true love and light realms. And then bringing that back down that central shaft, that chimney shaft, or that stairway, that volcano shaft for some of you, or higher light tower, Saturn Bina, Hakama, Archangel Raziel, divine wisdom, divine father energies also, help us stabilize this return flow. And feel yourself gliding back down fully into your sacred heart space, into your body, and re-engaging in this new partnership between your body and the rest of your bodies, oracally speaking, back into the central fire in your heart, and your own diamond of light shining around you, the beautiful heart central of green fire burning with some white, golden, pink light around it. And invite more of that heart fire to shine into the rest of your home so that no room is cold. Well, especially for summer. Especially for today. Yeah, exactly. Well, is it bouncing out the air? Exactly. The coolness of the water. Yeah, exactly. Feel that concentric centeredness back in your own heart and your inner child, and different parts of you that we gathered in the beginning that were formed around you in a circle in that diamond shape. Now all like touching hands, and they're all touching the common part of your heart together, kind of like all for one, one for all. You can visualize that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you don't get the memo? Yeah. You fuzzy. It should be obvious by now. So all those parts at the beginning are coming back, and they're touching your own heart, so you can restabilize in that center of your own beautiful wheel of time, calibrated to our optimal divine timeline. That zodiac wheel shining together, all these different diverse aspects of you, honoring that centeredness of your totality, anchored in the universal flame of love. Expanding all around you, that love heart energy going up through your heart.
It's very relaxing.
Through your heart, feeling back to your heart. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, it's nice.
I
Nice.
feel it.
A lot of energy coming in. Good. And
It's very relaxing.
and we're not going to close it up and then see it all the way down. You can visualize those parts of yourself that were coming together, all reaching down to the earth and touching the ground or touching your feet, just to kind of feel that energy there. Bring it back up and feel your own kind of wings opening, your angelic light wings, stabilizing in your own beautiful solar bubble. And the angels begin to adjust the energy around us as we give thanks to all these beautiful beings, angels, guides, hosts, celestial folks. Release them to the appropriate sector, vectors, dimensions, realms from whence they come.
Okay.
Both in time and space, space and time, earth realms as well. As they seal and strengthen and help us continue to heal any debris that was kicked up. And we give thanks to their angels, guides, hosts who choose to stay to help us ground the energy in our homes, workplace, journey space, dream time, love time, heart awakening, blossoming time, manifestation time, protection time. Yeah.
I just have to say goodnight to everybody.
Yeah, right. I'm literally holding up. Protection time, healing time, manifestation time, good fortune time, blessed time. Samudra Bhi Matakoyasan. Wankan Tunkan. Samudra Bhi, and just clap your hands 3 times. Home Matakoyasan. And pat your body.
Pat your body.
Yeah, pat your body. That's like
pat your body, everybody.
Reaffirming. We have 2 minutes left now. It's good.
I hope you all enjoyed this meditation. It was very relaxing, and I am sure that the angels are with you. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Minute and a half.